Welcome to Math Master. Today I am going to show you how to do the factoring of quadratic equations. Let's take one example, x square plus 5x plus 6. So to factor this equation, find the two factor of 6 that adds to 5, and when you multiply you get 6. So the factor of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 2. Now 2 and 3 are the factor that when you multiply you get 6. Also when you add them you get 5. So 3 and 2 is the factor of this equation. So now let's do how you solve this. So you write your equation x square plus 5x plus 6. Then 6 you are writing as 3 times 2, and 3 plus 2 is 6. So when you have a plus sign here, you add these two factors. So you got x square plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. Now from the first two terms, x is common. So when you take x common, you have x here and 3 here. From the second term, you have 2 common. So when you take 2 common, you have x left here and 3 left here. Now you have x plus 3 common. So when you take x plus 3 common, you are left with x plus 2 into second bracket. So this is the factor of x square plus 5x plus 6. Let's take another example, x square plus 2x plus 1. Now you see you have 1 as a coefficient here and 1 here. So you have only one number, which is 1 times 1. So 1 times 1 is 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. Now this is plus sign, so you add these two factors and you get 2x. So 2x you are writing as x plus x. So now from first two terms you have x common, so x plus 1 is in the bracket. Here you have nothing common, so when you don't have anything common, you can take always plus 1 as a common. So when you take plus 1 common, everything will remain as it is into the bracket. Now we have x plus 1 common here and here, so you take x plus 1. Now what is left in second bracket is x plus 1. This is x plus 1. Now x plus 1 into x plus 1 is x plus 1 square. So this is the factor of this equation. This is also a perfect square. This is another example, x square plus 7x plus 12. Now you have plus sign here, so you will find two factor of 12 that will add to 7. So 12 has factors 4 and 3. So 4 times 3 is 12 and 4 plus 3 is 7. So you have two factor 4x and 3x. So you take x common from here, you get x plus 4. You take 3 common from here, you get x plus 4. So x plus 4 is common now here and here. So you take x plus 4 common. So you have x plus 3 into second bracket. So this is your factors. Let's take one example with minus sign here. So now you have minus 3x here, but here you have plus. So you find two factors of 2, that is 2 times 1. So you add that 2. So you will add minus 2 and minus 1. That will give you minus 3. So this equation is the same as this equation. You just replace minus 3x by minus 2x and minus x. Now you have x common from this 2. So you have x common, x minus 2 into bracket. Here again you don't have anything common, but here you have minus sign, so you take minus 1 common. So this will become plus and this plus sign will become minus. So now you have x minus 2 common. You take x minus 2 common and you have left with x minus 1. That is the another factor. So this is the factor of x square minus 3x plus 2. Now when you have a minus sign here, then you find two factor that multiplies and gives you 10, and when you do the subtraction you get the 3. So this is 3. So you getting subtraction from 2 factor because this is a minus sign. So now you have 2 factor 5x and minus 2x. From the first two term you have x common, so x plus 5 in the bracket. From second you have minus 2 common, so you have minus 2 into x plus 5. So now you have x plus 5 common, so x plus 5 is common, x minus 2 into the second bracket. So this is the 2 factor. So when you have a minus sign here, you will have one factor plus another factor minus 2. So remember this. This is another example with minus sign here and minus sign here. So you will find 2 factor of 14, that is 7 and 2, and when you subtract this you get minus 5. So if you want minus 5, you take minus 7 as the minus sign and plus 2, because this will give you minus 5. So when you have a minus number here, you take the bigger number, the minus sign, and the smaller number, plus sign. So now you have two factor, that is minus 7x and 2x. So when you take x common from here, you get x minus 7. When you take 2 common from this, you get 2 into x minus 7. Now you have x minus 7 common, so this is your x minus 7 and x plus 2 is into the bracket. So again you have one minus factor, another plus factor, because you have minus sign here. This is another example where you have plus sign here, but you have a as a different number. So when you have a value something other than 1, then you multiply this a with c. So 2 times 7 is 14. Now this is the two factors. So when you have plus sign here, you add that 2. So you get 9 here. So 2x square plus 7x, you have x common, so you have 2x plus 7 here, and from this you have nothing common, so you take plus 1 common. Now you have 2x plus 7, 2x plus 1, 7 common. So when you take that, you get 2x plus 7 here, x plus 1 here. So this is the factor of a quadratic equation where you have a value other than 1. Now this is another example when you have a equal to 2 and c is 15. So 15 can be written as 5 times 3. So 5 times 2 is 10 and 10 times 3 is 30. So this is the two factor, 10 and 3. So 10 times 3 is 30 and 10 plus 3 is your 13. So whenever you have plus sign, you add two factor, and when you have a value, you multiply that with c and find the factor of that 2. So now you have 2x common, so x plus 5 here, 3 common, so x plus 5 here, x plus 5 common, so 2x plus 3 is in the bracket. This is the factor. This is another example where you have plus sign here but minus sign here, and you have a value greater than 1. So you take 3 and 5 times 3. So this is the total number, 5 times 3, 15 times 3, 45. Now you take this two factor, which is 9 and 5. So 9 times 5 is 45 and 9 plus 5 is 14. But you have minus sign, so you will take minus 9 and minus 5, that will give you minus 14. So this is minus 14, you convert into minus 9 and minus 5x. So that's the two factor. You have 3x common here, so x minus 3 here. You have minus 5 common here, so you have x minus 3 in the bracket. Now you have x minus 3 common, so that's here, and what is left is 3x minus 5. So this is the factors. This is another example with minus sign here, a is greater than 4. So 4 times c, which is 72, and you need 21 and minus sign here. So you know 24 times 3 is 72 and 24 minus 3 is 21. So this is the two factor that you add here. Now you have 4x common, so x plus 6 here, minus 3 common, x plus 6 here. Now x plus 6 is common, so you have 4x minus 3 here. So this is the two factor. Now whenever you have minus sign, remember you will get 1 plus 1 minus sign. Thanks for watching the video. Please like it, share it, and subscribe the video. If you have any question, please send us and we will solve it. Thank you.